solidly prepare. If there is any group discussion, depending on the company that you are applying, you have to prepare yourself for group discussions also. Okay, now last thing is there are a couple of rounds like just a minute and so on. So if the company that you are applying for has a just a minute round, then definitely prepare yourself for the just a minute round also. Please give me 1 minute. I didn't notice that I'm getting out of charge, but just give me 1 minute. Sorry. So this is what you have to do actually. Okay. So like I said, I already gave an example as well. So always, know about the company well that you are applying for, be it TCS, Infosys, Wipro, whatever the company. So you know what is the company doing. You can easily find from their website itself what is the company doing. You know what is their focus all about. What is their mission, vision, kind of a things. So if you know more about the company, right, you have information to talk about. You also have understand who is the CEO of the company, okay, just for information. So that, probably if somebody asks, who do you know who's the CEO of the company, then you should not be in a situation saying that I don't know, I'm very sorry. So this should not be the case actually. So this is what you have to learn. Go to the company website, understand information from the company website. Go to the Wikipedia, understand the information from Wikipedia. Few points, okay. So that if somebody asks you to tell about the company, how the company was founded or so on, these kind of questions also might come. So that you can just tell them 1-2 minutes actually, rather than saying I don't know, I'm very sorry. You can, of course, there is no harm in saying that, but if you are prepared well enough for that, it will be very, very, very helpful for you actually. So this is number one. Second thing is, like I said, understand what kind of interview rounds the company ideally conduct, so that you can prepare for those rounds actually. This is number two. Third thing is, prepare for the technical and the behavioral questions that this company that you are applying for generally ask, so that like I said, the questions normally repeat. There is no exception to this. Questions definitely will repeat whatever you are finding in the internet sources. These questions, there are very, very, very high chances that these questions always repeat. Okay. Probably initially when I was applying for the interviews, very initially, I used to think the company will already know, they will also know, they'll also go and search themselves, saying that, okay, somebody put the frequently asked questions in the internet, so I don't repeat these questions. This is what the company HRs will think. That's what I initially thought. Okay. That was not the case. Whatever questions I found in the internet, so to my surprise, same questions were asked in my interviews only actually. So that then I understood, okay, there is no, companies do that because the questions might be there, but on the way that you are answering, the way that you have framed your answers, right? That is what matters for the company actually. Okay. So I think these are the few kind of not tips, I would say, few important things that that you need to focus on. So so as we have some time, what we'll do is we'll do a mock as well, a small mock, a very, very small mock. So I will tell. Sorry, Vishwant.
That's okay to do the mark.
Mock, right? Okay, fine. So Sujan, fine for you also? Small mock?
Yeah.
Okay. So now what we'll do is quickly, okay. I will tell about, I mean, like we'll do a small kind of a small case study as well. Okay. So if I tell you uh, uh, a position has been opened for let's say Java technical person, okay, Java developer. So from let's call about a company named Wipro. So first thing what you do, so you go and then in detail understand the requirement that has been posted. Okay. Then you go and to the company website Wipro, and then you understand more about what Wipro is doing, what is their vision, what is their mission, and so on. Then you see what kind of rounds the Wipro will conduct. Then we have to prepare a set of behavioral questions. Okay. So this is all common what we talk to all the companies. Now the questions like why do you want to join Wipro? Okay. And tell me about yourself. These kind of things are very what should I say, solid questions which you can prepare. Let's say even if it is not Wipro or TCS or Infosys, more or less the same answers will be given by you actually. Okay. So now first, more important questions, like I said, tell me about yourself. I'll just tell me about myself, okay? Because I'm an experienced person. But what I'll do is I'll just assume myself as a fresher. I'll go back to my 2009 when I have passed out from BTech. Okay, then I'll tell about myself to you. Then what we'll do is, you also frame your tell me about yourself. When I talk, of course, I didn't put anything on paper, but normally what you have to do is you have to tell me about yourself in paper. Okay, this is what is the best kind of an exercise that you do, so that you know you always repeat the same thing, seeing yourself in the mirror or to yourself actually. So when I read, let's say if I wrote tell me about myself like this, okay, hello, this is Ashwant. So the point here is when you write 10 points, you repeat those 10 points, you keep on studying those 10 points. But in the interview, maybe because of the tension or because of the pressure that you might have, you would be able to repeat few points out of those 10 points. Let's say 7 to 8 points. Okay. So that is a good thing when you write all these points on a piece of paper actually. Okay. It really, really, really matters. I do that. Okay. I really do that. So now, assuming I'm a fresher. Hello, Mayur.
Hello,
So
sir.
So assuming that I'm a fresher, okay, I'll tell about myself. Then probably let's go around the table, and then we'll also hear from Mayur, Vishwant, and Srijan also about tell me about yourself. So what I'll do is first thing, okay, I will I will give a brief information about myself. Who am I? Where did I complete my graduation? In what stream? Next, definitely we will be applying for a software company. So we have to inform the basic softwares that I know. Okay, this information. Next, what are my interests? What are my hobbies? What are my extra skills? When I say extra skills, it's like, am I a good a team lead kind of a thing? Am I a good communicator kind of a thing? So why do I need to tell all these things is because these things really, really, really matter. Not just delivering your work, you have to communicate well to your colleagues. Okay. So there is no harm in saying I'm a good social person. When I say social person, it means that I can easily interact with people. If you use this word right, it will give company a picture saying that okay, this person, if he is put in a 20 people team, he will easily mingle with all these 20 people. So these kind of things also you have to prepare. So let's now do. So what I'll do is I'll tell about myself. Then probably we'll go around the table, and then we'll also hear from Srijan, Vishwant, then Mayur. So hello all, this is Ashwant. I said I'll assume that I did BTech now, right? So hello all, this is Ashwant. I've done my graduation from TKR Engineering College in 2023. I did my specialization in electronics and communication engineering. So now, communication engineering. My software skills, the software that I know is C, C++, Java, and SAP. So I'm a person who is very interested in talking to people. I'm a person who is interested to know about others. I'm a very, very social person. So I have experience. Okay, though I'm a fresher, I have done a lot of programming in Java, SAP, and other skills. So, in Java and other skills, given a chance, I can do a good amount of programming. Given a chance, I can explain this programming to a decent set of people, let's say 3 or 4 people. And this is my core interest as well. So I can do the coding. I can also explain my code to other people. So I can also train people on what coding that I did. And and of course, I'll also tell about my percentages. I have pretty 70% in my graduation. So now when you look at this structure, right? I just talked about probably 30 seconds. So when I look at this structure, what I was saying is, I just told about myself. I'm also telling about the skills that I have. So C, C++, Java, and all. And I'm saying that I can interact with my people well, and I can explain the coding well. So if you say these kind of things, right, it is adding, it is boosting your tell me about yourself to a next level actually. Okay, so this kind of framework is what you have to tell me about yourself. Lot of things like, what is your graduation and all. This is good, but you also have to tell out things that you didn't mention in your resume. Normally in your resume, you will not mention all these things about you can train people and so on and so forth. So don't focus just what is written in your resume. Definitely you have to tell what is written in your resume also, but you have to get few things like this outside your resume and add it, and then tell me about yourself. Is it clear? Is it giving some insights to you, or
Yeah, yes, sir.
so then what we'll do is, now, so let's get this to a framework. Okay, so what I'll do is, when I say framework, so what I'll do is, I'll tell my name. So this is Ashwant. Then what I will what is that I am adding is, where did I do my graduation from? Graduation. And what is my stream? Electronics, right? That's what I normally tell. So now I'll quickly tell about my percentage in electronics. Then I will go to the, so let's say if I have 70%, I'll just say I have 70% in my graduation. Then next thing I will say is, I will tell the softwares that I know. I know C, C++, Java. Okay. So next, what I'll do is, I tell about my other skills. When I say other skills, I can tell about hobby. I can tell about my social skills. Okay. And so on. Then I can also mention about my complex programming, depending on the job that I apply. If I apply for a Java job, I will mention few things about the complex programming that I did in Java. Because I have experience in SAP, I can tell about SAP experience. Okay. When I say experience, not just, I know you are freshers or probably recently graduated. What you can do is, you can tell about the things that you did in Java in your college or in your learning programming things. So let's say if I learned SAP recently, I'll say I learned SAP so and so and so and so things in SAP. So that gives a picture saying that, okay, you know a lot of things in SAP also. Just a couple of points, because this tell me about yourself, right? You should not be going deep into it. You should say, I can program, complex programming very easily. These kind of things actually. I'll tell about this. So, and then probably you can cover, if you have few more important things that you think that you can cover in your tell me about yourself, you can do that. Otherwise, you can leave it. So now probably I'll come to Srijan. Srijan, can we start with you first? Or let's start with Mayur. Okay, Mayur has some experience, so that probably you guys can prepare in the meantime for your tell me about yourself. Let's hear from Mayur. Mayur.
Yes, sir.
So you understand the structure. Tell me about, when you say tell me about yourself, your name, when did you do the graduation, your percentage, the softwares that you know. Okay. And then next thing is, what is a complex thing that you did in your graduation or in your situation, because you are applying for Java, right? So let's say if you are applying for Java, you can talk about Java complex things that you did in Java, couple of things. So just two to 3 points. No, don't go deep into it. Then you tell about your other hobbies and skills, and try to say how you can add value to the company. Okay, this is the last thing that you can say. How you can add value with your skills to the company.
Got it, sir.
Okay, if you want, I can just put it in the chat so that while you're preparing, so that you can just see this and prepare your name. Your name, graduation, college, percentage, branch, then softwares that you know. You can also include softwares like Microsoft Excel. I'm good at Excel. Okay. Then you can also say a few things like, I'm very dedicated engineer with good training or good social skills. Because that will help the company know more about you. Okay. Then you have to tell about your complex or most interesting. Okay, most interesting software. How can I say, software program training thing that is related to the job. So then lastly, you can say, how can you add value to the company? Okay. Using these things, we can start with probably 1-2 minutes. It might come. That's okay. That should not be a problem. Okay. Can you start, Mayur, looking at this?
Yeah, yes. So should I start?
Yeah, go ahead. I mean, if you're ready, if you want to see it once, you see it.
Yeah, graduation. I got it. I also note it down.
Go ahead, then. Go ahead. If you're done, go ahead.
Okay, so hello, sir. So this is Mayur Gosavi. I'm from Pune, India. So I have done my graduation in civil engineering from Nagpur University. So my percentage was like 75%. So my branch is also civil engineering, and I have recently pivoted towards software engineering because I have interest in software engineering such as web development. So I was going through the basic front-end roadmap, which is like JavaScript and HTML, CSS. So I have already completed my whole front-end path and currently moving toward React.js. And so I have done basic projects like e-commerce app in JavaScript. I tried to do it, so I got a little bit of difficulties in that also. But I have gone through it by using Google and all. I mean, I have tried to solve it by myself if it's possible. And I got a little bit experience in some complex topic as well in JavaScript.
Good.
Yeah. So my hobbies are like I usually like to code as much as I can. So first I need to go through any lecture or something and try to do it myself also. So by that it's like learn while going. I mean code while learning. It's like code while learning. Yeah. So also recently I have picked up a new hobby like photographing. So I also have a DSLR camera which I used to go through little bit of street walks and all. And I have done my training in web development also. I'm learning that. So that's it for now.
This is good, because Mayur did civil engineer, but he has clearly focused on a point saying that he is interested in software. That's why he came to programming. Okay, but he has also pictured saying that because when tell me about yourself means you have to tell about why you are applying for this position. Let's say if your background is different, like Mayur civil, you have to clearly portray, like Mayur said, I'm interested in programming. That's why I'm learning programming, and I also can do complex programming now. So by Mayur's introduction, if I'm a HR, I'll come to know for sure, saying that being a civil engineer, he talks a lot about software. Okay, remember this very, very important. Huh? Though you don't have the real background, good Mayur, you didn't focus much on your civil engineering thing actually.
Yeah.
You can talk about a lot of things in your civil engineering also, right?
Exactly.
But the company is not interested in civil engineering because they are interested in programming right now because it's a programming job. So focus very, very, very less on civil engineering and focus more, which you already did now, on your programming skills. That, like I said, you have given a assurance to the company saying that you can do a good programming, you can learn. You use a very good word also, saying that code while you learn. Okay. So these kind of things give a good picture saying that your background might be different, but they can train you and then get things done out of you. This is good introduction. Okay. So let's go now to Vishwant. Vishwant,
Yeah. Good
are you
morning.
ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Actually, I'm done. I mean, I will go with my version. Is
No,
it
go ahead,
okay?
go ahead.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
okay. If you don't want
That's
to follow this structure, that's fine because I'm giving you just a structure that I follow. You can have your own structure
yeah,
also.
yeah, yeah. My name is Vishwant Upanantala. I'm from Hyderabad and recently graduated in Electronics and Communication Engineering from Vidya Jyoti Institute of Technology, Hyderabad. And I'm a person one who have a curious mind about learning a new technologies and having a passion about working on it. Uh, I'm a self-taught learner and a self-motivated person and also flexible for any situations. Coming to my software skills, I'm good at core Java and the front-end technologies like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. I know the basics of MySQL and GitHub, and also have good at networking. Uh, Finally, I'm coming with my soft skills. I'm a quick learner and a team player. I'm good
Good.
at problem solving. Uh, Also, uh, I'm good at time management. Uh, I've done some projects in web development, like landing page and some basic projects.
Mhm.
Yeah, this is about me.
Okay. One last thing is probably which you already good. This is a good introduction again, Vishwant. So one last thing which is very important is pick up few points from the job description. Okay, let's say like I said, if it is calling about Java, they will talk about Java programming. Oops, they might call out few key points in that. Try to add those key points if you already have in your tell me about yourself.
Yeah,
So that
actually, I will need to add, but there is a lot of I have a lot of gap between some interviews, so I didn't mention. Actually, in the interview, I will mention the oops and exception handling. Some of the main concepts of which the code Java have. So
exactly.
yeah,
So, I
I
mean,
will
if it is
mention.
Java or web development, based on whatever is there, my point here is whatever is there in the job description, try to make sure you call out those points in your tell me about yourself also, so that they will see, okay, this person has applied for the job because he thinks he's right fit for this job. Okay, that will give an impression as well. Good, but this is also good. Tell me about yourself, Vishwant. Okay,
Yeah, thank you, sir.
Sujan,
Sir, means I'm just studying in third year. How can I say?
that's okay. You can give it a try. There is no harm. You see, if you talk more, right, your fear of talking will come out. Is number one, so that it will be easy for you next year when you are attending the interviews. It will be easy for you actually. You want to try?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Go ahead. Then use the
Sir,
format that is there in the chat. Okay.
okay, sir. Myself, Srujan Akula. I'm from Telangana, Hyderabad. I'm currently studying in AIML, Artificial Intelligence Machine Learning, in Vagdevi Engineering College.
Okay.
I have software skills related to basic HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and I have knowledge about the in JavaScript functions, callback functions, for loop, etc. And I know the Excel, Microsoft Word, MS Word,
Good.
and my hobbies is seeing news channels, reading books, and interested to learn something daily.
Good.
That's it.
Good. Okay.
Sorry.
So that's okay. That's good. Probably like I said, right? This is good. This is also good introduction for a fresher. But you can add few things like how you can expand a little bit more on your social things also. Like you're interested in socializing with people. You're interested in networking, like Vishwant called out. Okay, so these kind of things, if you add, that will give a lot of volume to your what you're talking about. Okay. So this is good introductions. So like I said, probably this is just the start of this is just a one behavioral question. So if you want to, I'll tell about one good thing that I also did probably, and then because we have 10 more minutes. When my first company which I applied was a local company in Mysore actually. Okay, so it's a small company with probably 150 or 160 people. So when I applied for that company, I had gone to their website and got a lot of information from the website, and I was using ask saying that what do you know about our company actually? Okay, so I got from their website saying that they are into web development, they're into Java and so on, and they have won a recent award as well, because companies normally wins a lot of awards a lot of times actually. So I was telling about them saying that okay, you recently won this award and you recently acquired a small company. When I say acquired, they have bought small company. So this kind of a answer when I gave them, they understood. Okay, I was knowing a lot about this company and I was following this company from quite some time. Next thing is I joined Infosys after probably a few months. When I joined Infosys, they asked me a question saying that okay, why Infosys, why not TCS? Okay, so then again, I explained them why do I think Infosys is a little better than TCS, because at that time I know this question comes up. Okay, so I have to prepare what is the difference between Infosys and TCS, and I have to tell them saying that in my opinion, I believe Infosys is in here and TCS is in here. That's why my interests are matching with Infosys. That's why I'm joining Infosys. So these kind of questions, right, when they ask you more about the company that you are applying for, be prepared to answer questions about why do you want to join that company. Second thing is, what is there in you that the company should hire you actually? If TCS asks me, why should TCS hire Ashwant? I should be able to tell them saying that, okay, I have good team building skills. I can interact with people. I can do programming. I'm a good manager. I can, if you give me a small task, I can manage well. And if I join TCS, right, normally I go up the ladder. I might join as a software engineer. I will go as a team lead. I will be a manager at some point. So I have these skills. Okay, so I can program well. If you give me a small team of a few people in 5 years, I can easily learn those skills and become a team lead. If you give me a manager position after 10 years, then I can manage a larger team very well actually. So these kind of steps also will add a lot of value to you actually. Then they will see, okay, this person is not just thinking about a programming thing for now for 2 years. He's also have a clarity in mind what he's going to do in the next coming few years in the company as well. Okay, so these kind of questions also you have to prepare well. And like I said, right, give always a structure to what you're talking. So many times if we don't prepare well enough for the interview that we are applying, let's say if I'm applying for a web development position, but I'm only prepared for Java and not prepared for this web development position. So I always talk about Java because I have prepared only for Java in the past. So I didn't prepare for the web development. Don't do this mistake. The very important thing I can tell you is prepare very, very well in advance, few days in advance, and repeat yourself in the preparation. Actually, repeat what you want to talk. Web development. Always think about web development for the next few days. Always prepare yourself for the web development in the next few days, so that you will talk less about Java and you will talk more about web development. Actually, okay. So this is also one kind of a interview advice that I can give you. So and so what last few minutes, 5 minutes we have. What I can tell you is, let's say if you are applying for a company, feel free to forward that job description to us. Okay. Let's say in 10 days if you have an interview, and so what I can help you with is forward me the job description, and I'm happy to have a couple of mocks. I'll also read the job description. I'll also know about that company that you are applying for, and I can help you with the mock. I think Raghu also in the group, there are other trainers who are interested in taking mock interviews, so we can help you with the mock, so that it will be easy for you while doing the main interview with the company directly. It will help you, because when we do a mock for, let's say, 40 minutes or 30 minutes, whatever is the time that we can decide for, so you can repeat. So more or less same questions will also repeat like we discussed. Right? We'll also see what kind of questions that the company is asking, so that it will be easy for you to attend the interview. And I can also ask few critical questions like, why do you think you can do well in the company, and so on. And we can also discuss about these things while doing the mock, so that we will be prepared enough for the coming interview also. So this is what I can do. Any questions? I'll leave the last 3 minutes for the questions.
Sir,
Yeah.
I'm currently studying in third year.
Studying in what?
Irrespective
Sorry?
of college,
College.
yeah, and
Okay.
third year, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Irrespective of college, and we can apply in any for jobs, because my college is do not have that much placements.
Hmm.
So, so, so it's any online platform I can apply for the jobs.
See, like I think last time we discussed about couple of in Naukri also there are positions saying that you are recently graduating or graduating next year. There are positions in Naukri as well. The first thing is actively search for Naukri with an internship positions. Okay, because you are a third year student right now, right? So you can also focus on internship positions and also focus on fresh graduate positions. Okay. Naukri is one website which is having a lot of information. Last time I discussed about. Second thing is search for companies who are asking for the fresh graduates to apply. Go and search for companies. Let's say go and search TCS, Infosys, Wipro, CTS, Cognizant, Yes Technologies. Search for all these companies if they are asking for any graduates to apply. Be active in all these companies actually. Okay. But main source is two things. I'll say Naukri and LinkedIn is also good nowadays. So in these two websites, you can find if there are any companies which are looking for freshers to apply. So please be active in these two platforms, LinkedIn and Naukri.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Any questions?
No, sir. I think the mock interview thing will be great help.
Sure. Like I said, irrespective of, don't worry about, don't feel shy to ask for 10 mock interviews. So purpose of Raghu or whoever is the trainer helping you guys is only to make sure that you get a job. So whenever it's 10 mocks, 15 mocks, even if it is 10 rounds, 10 companies that you are applying for, it doesn't matter. Forward the job description, and then we are here to do a mock. Okay, feel free to utilize the trainer's time that we are giving to the students actually. So we would be happy if you utilize this as much as you can. Actually. Okay.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
So Vishwant, all good with you?
Yeah, hello, sir.
So any questions that you have?
Yeah, actually, I every time I will get stuck with the written test. I need a help regards this.
See, written test, it's all practice, right? So the more you practice, because written test is like you need to be very fast. Okay. So
Yes, sir.
normally,
Actually, yeah.
so what I would suggest is, dedicate your. I think you're also working right currently. So what you have to do is you have to focus on doing. You dedicate 1-2 hours every day only to the written test, Vishwant. Okay. Set a time frame saying that from 6 to 8 every day, I do only written test, nothing else. Okay. So, this is a repetitive task you have to follow for a few months. Then afterwards, you will be used to it. Set a time, put a time also beside you saying that, okay, I'll answer 10 questions in 10 minutes or I'll answer 10 questions in 5 minutes. Okay. This is a practice thing. For sure, it is a practice thing. And you also know, right? Written text questions also repeats. So get from internet, let's say 100 questions. And then you always set a time frame, 6 to 8. I'll only practice these 100 questions. I'll improve my time. Put a timer saying that now I do it in 10 minutes. Next 10 questions, I'll do it in 9 minutes. Next 10 questions, I'll do it in 8 minutes. Okay. If you practice this for, I would say 3 to 6 months, take it for granted you will easily answer, or you will do better in the interviews or in the real time written tests.
Actually, I got I got some website called Youth for You, which is best for aptitude round.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm practicing from that. I think so. It will be better for now.
Like I said, right? Practice it, but put a timer. Okay. A second very, very important thing is don't do randomly. Put a time every day. Every day, 6 to 8 or 8 to 10 in the night, in the evening when you are done with your office and all. 6 to 8 or 8 to 10. That your job is.
Actually, it's a night shift from past week. It's a night shift. So I got the time with day.
Okay. So then if you have day, whatever it is, let's say 8 to 10 in the morning. Every day you're, if 2 hours is not possible, 1 hour. If 1 hour is also not possible, 40 minutes. Every day 8 to 8:45 in the morning, your task is to do aptitude, you practice aptitude. Fix a time frame. Stick to your wall saying that 8 to 8:45 my time every day is, that's it. I'll practice. So if you practice for 7 weeks or 8 weeks, the 9th week you'll only wake up and then stick to your time and then practice things. If you don't do it right, it will be very, very difficult. If you think saying that, okay, I will do whenever I have time, we will never find time actually. So you stick a time and say, this is my job. I don't do anything else in this job. See, for me, this Sunday, my job is to train from my time 6:30 to 7:30. You guys actually, so that is my dedicated hour. So I'll not do anything in this time. I have to wake up. I don't even fresh myself up if I don't have time. So this is my job. That's it. So similarly, you also fix your time frame for aptitude. Then I think, like I said, you'll clear it. Okay.
Sir.
Any other questions? All good?
All good, sir. That's right.
So good. Then see you next week. So have a good Sunday and take some rest. Don't stress yourself too much. Okay. So, and we'll see you next week.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, thank you for
Thank you, sir. Thank you.